The Scrum framework has accountabilities, events, artifacts, and commitments. They are important, but by far the most important aspect are the 5 values of Scrum. Why are the values so important? Because we deal with humans all along the life cycle of a product development. Whether you are a product owner that works with stakeholders, customers or teams, members, or a Scrum Master working with your product owner, developers, or stakeholders, you're leading how your teams and organizations essentially work when you implement Scrum. Hi, my name is Anil Jaising. I'm a certified Scrum trainer with Scrum Alliance, and I also teach the course Transforming Organizations in the New York University graduate program for project management. I've worked with many teams, really starting with values, because those 5 values really bring a group of individuals to become a great team. I would like to share with you a story about a team that I worked with, and the team was called TeamFast. So let's meet TeamFast. TeamFast has 5 developers, Hank the product owner, and Bob the stakeholder, an executive who's fully brought into Scrum. TeamFast is a brand new team piloting for a mid-sized organization, and everybody around them is still in traditional product development using waterfall and other processes. This is the one team that's a niche team focused on Scrum. Now, this team has been trained, and now they're looking to hire a Scrum Master, and in the meantime has started implementing the Scrum framework. And of course, as they move along, they were having some challenges. The developers would plan and start working for the sprint, and many times switch from their forecasted sprint work to complete something that their manager had given them. This work was not from the product backlog. Hank, the product owner, wants the product and the team to be a big success. He is a developer in the past, very enthusiastic to bring his experience to the team, and would regularly tell the developers how to solve an issue. Now, Bob, the stakeholder, is all bought into implementing Scrum. Someone told him that adopting Scrum will help him improve the speed of product delivery. Naturally, he's expecting the speed of delivery to increase. After all, he's invested a lot in the team. They're already trained, they have the right tools and technology to collaborate. Yet every sprint review, the team is slowing down and are not able to deliver on the sprint forecast. So what's going wrong? Well, enter the Scrum Master. After a series of interviews, he hired me to be the Scrum Master for TeamFast. Now, as a Scrum Master, I quietly observed the team's workings. Some things that were very interesting for me. The items forecasted in the sprints were never complete, and they would get automatically rolled on to the next sprint. Many a times, the manager would complain about the same issue. I decided to take small steps to help the team. After one of the formal sprint reviews was over, I asked everyone for an additional hour to review the 5 values of Scrum. I want to make sure that it's not just the Scrum team, but also the stakeholder and the manager of the developers. I asked everybody to give me a thumbs up if they're all committed to making Scrum work. Everybody gave me a thumbs up. And I said, look, what I'm going to be sharing with you might initially slow down the team, but over time, they're going to become a really performing team. Would that be okay? I got a thumbs up from everyone. Well, by giving the thumbs up, they just gave me their commitment. I asked them to pick a blank sheet of paper and draw what commitment looks for them. Some drew a heart, some a wedding ring, some others a handshake. Commitment means join together. It can literally transform the organization because it means backing each other up. Just like commitment in a marriage or commitment among players of a sports team. It involves sharing a sincere intent to act and then accepting responsibility for following through on that intended action. In Scrum, everyone commits to achieving the shared goals of the Scrum team. The next thing I shared with them was focus. Now, I said, would you agree that to deliver on the work of the sprint, the team needs to concentrate on what they have forecasted for the sprint. And as per their past performance and their capacity, they need to continue working on this. They all agreed. In fact, Jack, the manager of the developer, said, "That's what I think is the main problem, their focus." Well, I said, absolutely. Let's do this small exercise. Let's take a same page or paper and draw an image that represents the word focus for you. Some drew a bullseye, some drew a goalpost, and some drew an eye. And Sam further said that if the archer wants to shoot a bullseye, they need to complete concentration. And if that's the case, the team cannot be asked to do other tasks that might derail the focus. If these tasks need to be added, they could always be added to the product backlog. Otherwise, the developer should not really work on anything else besides what's coming from the product backlog or forecasted in sprint planning. I then asked everybody to give me a thumbs up if the product owner can focus on maximizing value for the product. The stakeholders remove or are focused on removing impediments. And the Scrum Master also concentrates on the work of the sprint and the goals for the Scrum team to be successful. Everyone agreed. And they all agreed that they will personally guard against any work outside of the work of the sprint. The third value is respect. So take that same page and draw an image that comes to mind that represents respect for you. Now, respect, again, people drew a heart, people drew shaking hands. Now, respect is to develop a sincere appreciation for the unique capabilities of each member in the team. Some might be very experienced, so they bring their knowledge and experience. Some might be new to the team. Well, they bring fresh ideas. Both have to be respected. And empowering the developers to make decisions rather than trying to solve problems for them. Again, I got a thumbs up from everyone. Next value I shared with them is courage. Courage means from the heart. It involves acting in alignment with our beliefs, especially when it is hard. The Scrum team members have the courage to do the right thing and work on tough problems. Some drew a warrior, a lion, and some a skydiver on the blank sheet of paper for courage. And yes, all of these are great ways to represent courage. And then finally, looked at the value of openness. Stakeholders need to provide honest feedback during sprint reviews to empower the Scrum team to adapt. The Scrum team needs to be transparent about the progress of the work and any challenges that they might have on working on the product with the stakeholders. Everybody agreed to these behaviors. Yes, they all agreed. We said, let's take the time next to create a working agreement. In my next video, I'm going to share with you how a Scrum team using the 5 values of Scrum can create a working agreement and how would you facilitate that. Comment on this video and of course also subscribe to my channel so I can continue to share these valuable tips and tricks with you to make Scrum successful in your teams and your organization. See you